Hi, I'm Kenny Anderson, Director of Multicultural Affairs for the City of Huntsville, and welcome to Impact. Each week we have an opportunity to share exciting information and occasionally introduce you to some very special people who are part of our community. And today I get a chance to do the latter of those two. Dr. Del Smith, welcome to Huntsville.
Oh, thank you for the invitation, Kenny. I appreciate it.
It's good to have you. Dr. Smith, of course, is the Dean of the College of Business and Public Affairs at Alabama A&M University, and we're just so glad to have you as a part of this broadcast and a part of this community.
Well, again, thank you for the invitation. I appreciate it.
Well, listen, I always am interested first in how people get here. I'm a transplant from New York City and lost my way many years ago. I never got back home, and anytime somebody says that they came here to Huntsville, I always ask them the first question, did you come from somewhere or are you a native? And more people say that there seems to be fewer and fewer natives. A lot of transitional stuff happening in Huntsville with people. So tell me a little bit about your background.
Well, similar to you, I come from the state of New York, but unlike you from the city, I come from upstate New York, Rochester, New York specifically. I spent 8 years there as a professor, and most recently I worked for the mayor in the area of economic development. But I have roots in Alabama, and so I'm, in a sense, it's coming back home. I received my PhD from the University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. And had an opportunity to get my master's from Troy and my undergraduate from Faulkner University. And I served in the military. My last duty station was at Fort Rucker, Alabama. So in a sense, I'm a Southern boy that just came back home again.
Yeah, boy, you got deep roots here.
Yeah, absolutely, which is why I'm excited to be back.
Yeah, so you're in Rochester, New York, you're living your life, you're building your career, and I know that you were doing some very interesting things. You kind of slid that in about working for the mayor, but tell me how you got to that position, and tell me, first of all, what you were doing before that happened.
Sure, like I said, I was a professor at Rochester Institute of Technology, and my area of focus is really entrepreneurship. So I had an opportunity here to, my first company I started actually in Alabama was a technology company years back. I sold that company, and while I was a professor at RIT, I had the opportunity to start another company up, and I sold that company in 2012. So I was this academic, kind of non-traditional academic, and at the time we had a mayoral election, and we had a new mayor who gave me a call one day and asked me if I would step away from the academic role for a little while and help with the transition and help lead the economic development activities of the city. I get bored easily, and so and I thought it was a worthy cause, and so I said yes, and that's kind of the story.
Yeah, and so you end up here at which another place that happens to be my alma mater. I went to both Oakwood and A&M, and you end up here at A&M at the College of Business and Public Affairs. And this really has to be an exciting opportunity for you. I mean, you were pretty much established where you were, and getting bored easily is understandable too, but this really had to be a compelling opportunity for you to come here and do this. What was it that really drew you to this community?
Well, specifically with Alabama A&M, I think the university is an absolute jewel. The university is healthy in terms of its enrollment, in terms of its financial footing. Much credit to the president for getting the university at that level. And within the College of Business and Public Affairs, you had a really good college that was doing great things in terms of serving its mission of educating students. And there really was, all the elements were there to really take this college to the next level. So it was an opportunity to really come in and figure out how to work with tremendous faculty, how to work with tremendous staff, the tremendous students that are there, and figure out how do we align our resources to really get this college to the next level. And that's what we've been doing over the past 3 months that I've been there. So it was just an exciting opportunity. It was really easy to say yes, not just coming back to Alabama and coming back home, but also coming to a university and to a college that was poised to get to the next level.
Yeah, I think it's kind of interesting, and I find it intriguing on the one hand and very refreshing and stimulating on the other, that so many institutions that have been around for a very long time, who have traditional ways of bringing new people on board, which usually involves somebody who's perhaps been in a pipeline for a long time, somebody who's been in their community for an extended period of time. But people are really kind of reaching out beyond the boundaries of their communities these days, I think. And they're looking for a young, fresh crop of talent to kind of position them as a 21st century institution. And of course, Alabama A&M University has that unique opportunity by bringing you on board with the skill set that you have, and also obviously the ideas that you have for the school, for the college, Talk about what your ideas are and what have you been doing since you've been on board, because you've only been on board for a short while.
That's true. Like I said, 3 months. And what I've been doing a lot in that 3 months is really just listening and learning and understanding. But we're starting to get to a phase now where we're really thinking about our strategic plan. And I talked about how do we get the college to the next level. To kind of borrow from John Maxwell, how do we go from good to great? And there's some specific things we need to do to get there. And so, what I've been doing and working with our team, and we've been talking to a lot of stakeholders, our business community, they've been absolutely fantastic with their support of the A&M and the college. I've been talking with our alums, who have been a tremendous resource for us as well, our current students, our faculty, and really saying what is it that we need to do? How do we take the assets that we have to really be able to exploit and be outstanding in our core mission of providing a quality education to help develop students into socially responsible managers, leaders, and entrepreneurs. And we're getting great input from all those individuals and all those stakeholder groups. And now we're putting that together into our plan. But you can have a great plan, but at the end of the day, you need great people in order to execute that plan. And so the vision that we share, where we're trying to get to, everybody has subscribed to that, and we're all rowing in the same direction. Everybody's on the bus, the right people are on the bus, and it's just really an exciting opportunity. So you're going to see us do things such as we're going to really expand our entrepreneurship program that we have at the college there. That is something that we want to do. We want students getting out, starting businesses. We want students even starting businesses while they're in college as well. We have a great MBA program that I'm excited about that we're going to help figure out ways that we can take it to the next level in terms of being that go-to place for employers that are looking for our graduate students. And between our Small Business Development Center, we have a disadvantaged business enterprise that provides services to the community. We have just, again, so many great assets that we just really need to mobilize, and that's why I'm excited. I keep saying the word excited, but I really am excited for the opportunity.
And that's exciting to know that. And it's also exciting that you have such a strong background in entrepreneurship, because there seems to be in Huntsville a resurgence of entrepreneurship. I know multiple groups around town that are talking about it. There's a group, in fact, that exists called Rocket Hatch, and they're of course progressing with their various initiatives and ideas. There's Hot Coffee that meets every other Friday at Hudson Alpha. It's just a room full of entrepreneurs expressing creative thoughts, imagining, just visioning and thinking about and talking about the possibilities beyond the boundaries. And that's got to be a pretty exciting place to be when you combine that with a high-tech community, as well as a community that has all of these academic institutions and all of these young minds that have so much potential. I mean, that really has to add to some of the excitement for you.
This is a hotbed of potential when it comes to entrepreneurship, and having students coming out who see the world a little bit different than someone who's maybe a little bit older in the workplace sees it. They see opportunities and solutions that many times we don't see because of our kind of a habitual way of viewing the world. So we can help educate them on how to exploit those opportunities, how first to identify them, then to exploit those opportunities, and then give them the skill sets that they need in order to build successful companies. I think what you're going to see is we'll be able to actually identify companies in Huntsville that have founders that are from Alabama A&M, that are participating in our high-tech industries, that are doing business with Redstone, doing business with NASA, being in Hudson Alpha as a incubator or a member company. And that's really the vision for us. So we're just not going through an exercise of just trying to teach some students some concepts in the classroom. We're really going to measure ourselves on outcomes, and those outcomes when it comes to entrepreneurship is, are we actually creating sustainable businesses that are value added in our community? And I think that's what you're going to see in the next few years.
And you and I have had a chance to talk before. One of the more exciting things that you told me, among all of the other great ideas, is just the whole notion of getting the faculty connected, getting the faculty involved. Alabama A&M has a rich history right here in our community, and so many of us, let's start here. I'm an A&M graduate. I think about all the many graduates from A&M, many of the different programs that exist today at Alabama A&M, the sports program, of course, just across the board as you look at the whole spectrum of opportunity of the rich historical legacy of Alabama A&M right here in this community. And it falls on the back of the leaders, the founders, the faculty that throughout the years have made that contribution to the success of so many young people. And in order for that really to continue and really have relevance, you got to have a connection that's almost organic with the community, something that's vibrant and alive. And I know you've talked to me a little bit about that whole notion of remaining relevant and connected. It's
tremendously important. We can't just stay within the walls of our university. We are a tremendous anchor institution for Huntsville. Latest statistic was that we provide about a $650 million economic impact to the state. We've logged about, as a university, we've logged about 64,000 volunteer hours in the community. And our faculty are experts in their given fields that can provide value to our community. So an example would be, we have a faculty member who is working with the Women's Business Council of North Alabama to provide business coaching for women-based businesses. We have our accounting faculty and students who have prepared literally thousands of tax forms for low-income individuals. We have faculty members that are providing workshops and seminars with the Chamber of Commerce for individuals. So that's really going to be a part of our mission moving forward, is how can we be a value add for the community using the resources and the expertise that we have. And our faculty have been fantastic with answering that call, and they're excited to do that even more.
Yeah, I mean, that's really terrific. And you know, no ship is good without its captain, providing the vision and the context for people to do what they do. But the success is also a part of just recognizing what people bring to the table, the skill sets that they have, and honoring and appreciating the team that you have assembled and put together. And I know that's a big part of what you're also interested in doing.
Yeah, it is. And it's funny, when I interviewed for the position, one of the people on the search committee said, you know, I can't really talk to you about your age, but, you know, at the end of the day, you're going to be the youngest member of the College of Business and Public Affairs. And you've got some individuals there on staff and on our faculty that are twice as old as you are. So how are you going to deal with that? And my response was very simple. Everyone has value. And someone who's twice my age has hopefully twice as much wisdom and experience as I have. And we need to figure out, you know, what everybody brings to the table, how it contributes to our mission and to our vision. And like I say, everybody's been on board with that. And you're going to see great things coming from the College of Business and Public Affairs at Alabama A&M University very soon.
Well, we're looking forward to it. Again, A&M has a rich history in this community, and I'm very proud to say that I'm a Bulldog as well. And you'll get used to saying that too, even though I know Roll Tide is very much a part of your DNA as well.
Yeah, go Bulldogs.
All right, that's all right. Moving forward, that's great. Dr. Dale Smith, thank you for coming and talking with us. We'd love to check in with you from time to time and find out what's going on. And of course, if you have any initiatives that you'd love for the community to learn more about, we'd love to present a forum for you to be able to do that right here on this broadcast.
I appreciate that, Kenny. Thank you.
All right. College of Business and Public Affairs. Maybe next time we can even talk about the public affairs part too, since today we kind of focused on the business.
Sure.
All right. I want to thank you for being a part of our broadcast today, and we hope that you'll tune into our next edition of the broadcast. As always, we thank you for tuning in, and we hope to see you soon. Be safe.